New tonight, this man is charged with murder, accused of chasing down and shooting a man he says stole his car outside of his home.
ABC 13's Brooke Taylor is live with new details on this case and what you need to know when it comes to self-defense right here in Texas. Brooke?
That's right. I was able to speak to the suspect's attorney, who tells me that this is a case of self-defense. Meanwhile, I sat down with a legal expert who tells me that the right to protect your property is not a license to just kill anyone, but she does break down what you are protected under this law.
Deshaun Caples is charged with murder after police say he chased down and shot someone who stole his car. According to police, Caples grabbed his gun, got into his wife's car, and followed the driver. The driver, along with a passenger, refused to stop, and that's when police say Caples fired shots into his stolen car, causing it to crash on Golden Eagle Drive. 17-year-old Daniel Cotton died, and another man was seen running from the car with a backpack, records state. Deputies say they responded to the crash around 4 a.m. on Saturday, and at first they thought it was road rage before piecing together what had happened. So what are your rights? Sandra Garrett-Thompson is a professor at the University of Houston Law Center.
This is the only state in the country that allows the use of deadly force to protect property.
In this case, Thompson says there are more facts that most likely contributed to the charge. Deputies tell ABC 13 that he destroyed evidence and didn't call 911 about the shooting. Thompson says you can't just shoot someone out of revenge, but she says Texans are protected by the law if a person reasonably believes there is no other way to get their property back.
With a stolen vehicle, it may be that the circumstances were that there was a judgment made at this point that there were other things that could be done to get this vehicle back.
That's the major factor when considering do's and don'ts.
The law, the way it's written, it says, if you reasonably believe there's no other way to get the property. So, for example, if you know who the person is, if you have the person's, if they're driving away in their car and you got a license plate, a good description, it's on video. These are all things that are going to work against you.
As for whether you can follow the suspect off your property,
you can follow people, sure. It doesn't matter where you are. In Texas, just defending your personal property gives you a right to use deadly force.
Last month, ABC 13 reported on a similar case. Deputies say a man got in his car and shot and killed someone who just stole his barbecue pit in Northeast Harris County. In this case, though, he wasn't immediately charged, and the case will go to a grand jury.
Legally, if it turns on how likely it is you're going to get it back, then, ironically, the law gives you perhaps a greater right to shoot in that case.
The time of day also matters.
If they're committed at night, you can use deadly force.
It's ultimately up to the DA's office, the grand jury, and eventually the jurors at trial. The DA's office says in this case, it will also still go to a grand jury.